In this screencast, I'm going to show you how to find and install a plugin that you can then insert as a widget into a sidebar or a different widget area on your website. So I'm here in the Add New Plugin screen, and I got here by going to the plugins over in the left-hand side and going to Add New. And I've got a search box here. If you have a plugin that you've already downloaded and it is in a zip file on your computer, you can use the upload link here to upload it. But I'm going to search for one. So I'm going to search for one that will show some featured posts in my sidebar. So search plugins. So there's quite a few here, and I can see the names of the plugins on the left-hand side and a description about those on the right, and also a rating. So I just want to find something that shows featured posts. I'd like to maybe show a picture as well, like a thumbnail. So I can see one down here that's featured post with thumbnail. So I'm going to have a look at some details for that, and that will pop up with a little box sort of describing the plugin in more detail. It says that it hasn't been tested with my current version of WordPress, which sometimes can be alarming, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. You can see though that it has been last updated 208 days ago, so it's quite a long time ago that it hasn't been updated. So just keep those things in mind when you're looking at plugins. You can also see some screenshots, so you can see what it might look like on the back end and also on the front end. You can install it from here as well, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to show you instead the Install Now button here. So I'll go down to that one and go Install Now. Okay, so it's telling me that it has successfully installed it, so I just need to now activate it. And because this is a plugin that adds a widget, which a lot of them do, I then want to go to my Appearance Widgets area, and I should be able to find that new widget. So I've got here Featured Posts. So that's my new widget. So wherever I want to add those, I might add it to my primary sidebar. So clicking on the triangle on the right-hand side there, it opens up the space that I can drop it into. I'm going to drag the Featured Posts widget over into the sidebar. And then I've got some options, and all widgets are going to have different options. So I can have a title here for my featured posts. I think featured posts is a pretty good title. How many posts I want to display, so I might display 5. Choose type of order, random order, or I can order in different ways. I can change the settings for the thumbnail width and height. And I can also say if I want it to come from a specific category. So we looked at adding categories earlier. So if I wanted to have a category that was featured or something like that, I can just assign that category to anything that I want to show up in that featured posts. And then I hit save. And now that will show on the front of the website. If I've added multiple widgets into the sidebar, so let's say that I have added a custom menu, a search form, and I'm just dragging them all over like this. I'll just type in the title for the search form. I've now got multiple widgets in my widget area here. So I can drag and drop the widgets to reorder them. So if, for instance, I want the search to be up the very top, I just simply click and drag that up to the top, and all the other ones will pop down. That's all I need to do. Down here, there's the inactive widgets section. So if, for instance, I don't want the featured posts there anymore, but I don't want to lose those settings. I just want to see what it looks like without that widget. But I don't want to have to go through and make all those settings again. So I can just drag this down into the inactive widgets section, and that will add it there. So it's like saved that widget, but it doesn't appear in my sidebar anymore. So if I want to have it back, I can just drag it from the inactive widgets section back into my sidebar. And that's how you would add a plugin and install a widget.